అది అనంతపురం కాలేజీ గర్ల్స్ వచ్చారు.
The other day, Anandapur girls,
స్వామి బాయ్స్ ఇంతకు పల్లె పల్లెకు వెళ్ళి వారి ఇంటికి అంతా కూడా అన్నం అందిస్తున్నారు.
prayed to Swami. They said, Bhagwan, boys are serving food at the doorstep.
దానంత బండి మాది కట్టాము.
In fact, we are packing food.
కానీ వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత మాకు ఏ పని లేదు.
The moment boys leave this place,
స్వామి
we
ఆయన
are in the work.
కొంత పనులు చేస్తామన్నారు.
However, we want to do now something more.
వెళ్ళండి.
Bhagwan said, go by all means.
ఈ పల్లె లోపల దేవాలయాలు చాలా ప్రాచీనమైన దేవాలయాలు అంతా ఉన్నాయి.
You find temples built in the old
ఆ
times.
టెంపుల్స్ అంతా కూడా కేవలం ఒక విధమైన దుర్వ్యవస్థతో చెడిపోతుంటున్నాయి.
And all the temples are in dilapidated condition.
ఆ టెంపుల్ అంతా క్లీన్ చేయండి.
You clean those temples.
వాటికి వైట్ వాష్ వేయండి.
Whitewash them.
క్లీనింగ్ చేసుకోండి.
Clean them.
ఈ విధమైన పనులు మీరు చేయండి.
Do that work.
అప్పుడు బాగుపడుతుంది. దేవుని యొక్క మందిరమే మన దేహము.
Body is the temple of God.
దేహో దేవాలయ ప్రభుత్వ జీవో దేవ సనాతన.
Body is the temple of God. The indweller is God Himself.
దేవాలయం పెయింట్ వేస్తున్నావని అనుకోవద్దు. నీ దేహానికి నువ్వు పెయింట్ వేసుకో.
Don't think that you are painting the temple outside. No.
దానికి సున్నంతో పెయింట్ వేస్తే దీనికి ప్రేమతో పెయింట్ వేయి.
You paint the outer temple with lime. You paint your own body with love. The temple of God. That's sin.
అదే సేవ.
That is true, sir.
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
पालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा
पालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा
पालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा
पालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा
सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा
सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा
सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
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 प्रतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
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 साई शंकरा सत्य 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 साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
पालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा
पालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा
सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
प्रतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
प्रतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
साई शंकरा सत्य 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 साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई
अयोध्या बिहारी श्री राम राम राम।
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 द्वारका बिहारी श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण।
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 सप्तगिरि बिहारी गोविंद गोविंद।
सप्तगिरि बिहारी गोविंद गोविंद।
सप्तगिरि बिहारी गोविंद गोविंद।
सप्तगिरि बिहारी गोविंद गोविंद।
निज भक्त हृदय बिहारी श्री साईनाथ देवा।
निज भक्त हृदय बिहारी श्री साईनाथ
बिहारी श्री साईनाथ
निज भक्त बिहारी श्री साईनाथ
निज भक्त हृदय बिहारी श्री साईनाथ
निज भक्त हृदय बिहारी श्री साईनाथ
अयोध्या बिहारी श्री राम राम
हे कृष्णा 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 विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा जय पांडुरंगा
वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
वनमाली वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
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 शशिवदना सरसिज नयना 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 जगन्मोहन राधा
वनमाली वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा शशिवदना सरसिज नयना जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
शशिवदना सरसिज नयना जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
शशिवदना सरसिज नयना जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा शशिवदना सरसिज नयना जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
शशिवदना सरसिज नयना जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा हरि 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 राधा रमणा 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 हरि 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 राधा रमणा राधा रमणा वनमाली वासुदेवा जगन्मोहन राधा रमणा
मेघ बोलो गोविंद नाम बोलो महादेव बोलो जय पांडुरंग बोलो साई नाम बोलो गोविंद नाम बोलो राम कृष्ण बोलो जय बुद्ध साई बोलो जोराष्ट्र महावीर यीशु साई बोलो अल्लाह साई बोलो बोला साई बोलो अल्लाह साई बोलो बोला साई बोलो प्रेम साई शांति दाई सत्य साई बोलो प्रेम साई शांति दाई सत्य साई गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल
नारायणं भज नारायणं नारायणं हरिनारायणं
नारायणं श्रीमन्नारायणं
नारायणं श्रीमन्नारायणं
नारायणं श्रीमन्नारायणं
भज मन नारायणं
नारायणं
भज मन नारायणं
भज मन नारायणं
नारायणं भज नारायणं
नारायणं भज नारायणं
नारायणं भज नारायणं
नारायणं भज नारायणं
नारायणं श्रीमन्नारायणं
नारायणं साई नारायणं
नारायणं श्रीमन्नारायणं
नारायणं साई नारायणं
भज मन नारायणं नारायणं भज नारायणं
नारायणं भज नारायणं
नारायणं भज नारायणं नारायणं श्रीमन्नारायणं नारायणं भज नारायणं
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Offering my prayers to dearest Swami, respected elders and members of the Sai community, Sai Ram. Swami says, the word education is related to bookish knowledge. It is derived from the root word educare. Educare is the type of learning that brings about the purity which is latent in the heart and allows one to spread joy and happiness to others. While education can, at best, lead only to worldly pleasures that is invariably temporary, educare, on the other hand, confers inward bliss that is eternal in nature. By Swami's grace, it is our greatest pleasure and greatest fortune to be part of the Sri Satya Sai Educare movement that he himself has so lovingly created and given to us. Children are our future, and by supporting them, we're not only securing our communities, but our countries as well. This is the best way to express our gratitude to Swami. Typically, during our regional retreats, there's a divide between children and adults, and there's very little overlap besides bhajans and cultural activities. So last year, we started this program where we allow SSSC students to just take a couple of minutes to share what impact SSSC has done to them in their lives and the miraculous ways in which Swami has transformed their lives and their families' lives as well. So over the next couple of days, you will be hearing from 5 Balvika students who have dedicated 10 to 12 years to the SSSC program and will share with you the impact SSSC has had on their lives. They have gone through many years of Balvikas with dedication and commitment, so I hope you will enjoy what they have to say. With that, please allow me to introduce the first Balvikas speaker for today. Ritvik Hari is a member of the Sri Satya Sai Center of Bridgewater in New Jersey. He is a graduating senior from Hillsborough High School and plans to study government and international politics at George Mason University this fall. Alongside academics, he has been involved in his robotics team and is a photo editor of their school newspaper. He loves to take photographs as well in his free time. He plays tabla and dholak at bhajans at his center as well, so he's very active. This June, Ritvik will be completing 10 years of committed participation in the SSSC program. Ritvik.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I was given 3 minutes to talk about my experience in SSSC, but 3 minutes isn't enough to talk about the last 10 years. From the very first Sai Ram from Suryanti in Group 1 to my time in Group 4, each one of my gurus has taught me invaluable lessons. Reflecting on my journey in SSSC, it feels like just yesterday I stepped into Sai Center for the very first time. The experience of learning Swami's childhood and learning about the 5 human values in Group 1 passed in the blink of an eye. As I moved into Group 2, learning about all 108 names for Swami and how we got each name through the many unique stories was incredibly intriguing. It was at this point in my SSSE career that I got numerous opportunities to play the role of Little Satya and Swami at both the center and regional level. As I moved into Group 3, we learned more about developing our own character and spirituality through finding role models in our daily lives, whether that be someone in Sai Center, our parents, or someone else. By the end of Group 3, we were able to explain the character and the type of person that we were striving to be. And finally, moving into Group 4 taught me the core values from spiritual texts such as the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and the Ramakatha Dasavahini. From understanding the reasons why Arjuna didn't want to fight his relatives in the Kurukshetra war, to exploring the reasons why King Dasharatha exiled his son instead of letting him take over the throne. The in-depth discussions that we have had have taught me in class have taught me lifelong lessons such as just decision-making in difficult scenarios. As I reflect on my time in SSSE, the one core lesson that I can take away is the importance of maintaining a good character. Through understanding the way Swami grew up to learning the lessons engraved in spiritual text, my gurus have instilled in me the values needed in maintaining a good character. As I move on to new things, I am confident that the lessons Swami has taught me during these past 10 years of SSSE will allow me to make a positive impact on those around me. Jai Sai Ram.
Before I go on to the next speaker, I would like to take this moment to provide a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests, zonal officers, national officers, and all the parents and children and gurus. Santhan Saharaseon is an active member of the Sri Satya Sai Center of Baltimore in Maryland. He is a graduating senior from Centennial High School and plans to study mechanical engineering at the University of Maryland this fall. Santhan participates actively at his Sai Center by playing tabla and singing bhajans regularly, and he also enjoys playing lacrosse. This June, Santhan will be completing 12 years of committed participation in the Sri Satya Sai Educare program.
Offering my humble pranams at the lotus feet of my dear beloved Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai Baba. Sairam, everyone. I am blessed to have this opportunity to share my journey in the Sri Satya Sai Educare program. What started as a weekly class that I thought I was forced to take from a very young age eventually turned into a weekend routine that I started to look forward to. Growing up with the influences of SSSE, we heard many stories from our beloved Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai Baba. Along with that, we were told stories from other faiths and other role models from those faiths. While many vital lessons were learned from these stories, they are fundamentally anchored down to the 5 human values of Satya, Dharma, Prema, Shanti, and Ahimsa. This understanding continued to evolve as I moved across the groups in SSSE. And one thing that caught my attention was this concept of spirituality versus religion. Now, my focus began on finding and developing my own spirituality. I recall in one class from this year, we spent the entire time trying to define what spirituality really meant. By the end of class, we came to the conclusion that spirituality should lead to being self-content and having inner peace. One of Swami's most famous quotes is, "Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is truth. Where there is truth, there is God. And where there is God, there is bliss. To me, Swami helps each of us develop our own spirituality, our own bliss. If we put in the effort, he will help us put his teachings into practice. And ultimately, we will find self-contentment that we've been yearning and searching for. We hear love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. But to really develop in our spiritual journey, we need to continue to understand what this means, what this truth really means, and put it into practice with sincerity. If there is one thing I take away from my time in SSSC, it is that every lesson from the 30 or so classes conducted per year has given me the tools to help get on and stay on the spiritual path. While my journey in SSSC ends here, I have full faith in Baba that he will be with me throughout this journey. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Those were the voices of our young children of love, devotion, and wisdom. Let's give them another big hand, please. Our humble salutations at the lotus feet of our Lord Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. This year, in January 2025, we launched the centenary celebrations of our Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba's 100th birthday with a mini retreat in the city of Baltimore, Maryland. How many of you attended that mini retreat? I'm sure many, because immediately after that, there was a popular demand to have a similar retreat. And with Swami's grace, that was also organized, another retreat in the charming city of Salisbury, in a very new center. And the overwhelming response in that second retreat made us feel that Salisbury is really Saisbury. And after that, just before, we also had the third silent retreat of our region in the picturesque mountains of Pennsylvania, in a very serene settings of the Vraj temple. In the month of April, we were blessed to have National Women's Retreat right here in our region too, in Maryland. And this was followed in the month of May, April and May, Prem Taru tree planting celebration. What I'm trying to say is every month, Swami has blessed us with a gathering that has filled us with his love and prepared us for this extended retreat that we are having. Instead of 3 days, first time we are having a 5-day retreat. Plus, additionally, we have, as you all know, 100 hours of sadhana program that is beginning from Thursday, 6 a.m., going all the way till Monday, 10 a.m. without any break. So you can imagine this is happening in parallel along with our devotional program. Those are happening here, as well as SSSC Bal Vikas program. Those are happening in their buildings. Young adults program that will also happen later again. All these things is going parallelly, and it is all Swami's grace that this is the blessings that we are able to enjoy. And to add to this sweet retreat, Swami has sent for the first time ever in the history of our regional retreat, Central Trust Board member as a guest speaker, as a keynote speaker in our retreat. Esteemed trust member, board member, Sri S.S. Naganandji is here. He will be addressing us tomorrow. We acknowledge also our zonal chair, Dr. Akshay Kalatia's presence here. Our zonal advisor, Sister Geeta Ram, is also here. And our national leadership, Sumana Madhav, Sumana Murli, SSSC coordinator for the SSGC USA. Durjati, who is the national devotional coordinator, is also here. He will be arriving, and he is in the practices for the music program that is going to happen in the evening. And our national president, Dr. Bal Subramaniam Karnam, is expected here in the afternoon. From all angles, if you see, this retreat is really a mega retreat. Sai Shatabdi Mahotsavam, if you want to call it that way. You know, when we use terms like mega or maga, they have different connotations depending on the settings. But for us Sai devotees, mega really stands for mind empowered by godly awareness. Mind empowered by godly awareness is mega, and maga is mind always in God awareness. This mega retreat is actually guiding us towards the continuous state of maga, where our focus, continuous focus, thought, word, deed will be on our divine Lord Swami. Our next offering today is keynote address by our distinguished speaker. He is not only a physician, but truly a karma yogi. His life is a testament of the eternal truth that selfless service is the highest worship. His name is a synonym, really, for us Sai devotees, is a synonym for selfless healing and global medical services. Over the last 40 plus years, 4 decades, he has traveled across the continents, organizing and conducting medical camps, eye camps, uplifting lives, touching the souls and healing the bodies. It is really Swami's grace that from the frigid Siberia to hot South America, from Afghanistan, Pakistan, rugged mountains of there, to the remotest places, forgotten places of Africa, our speaker, Dr. Speaker today, has conducted these medical camps and provided healing and provided cures throughout. With more than 12,000 surgeries, as we are given to understand, eye surgeries, and which brought eyesight to many of these needy people, I personally feel he is a living saint. He holds very distinguished titles as a honorary professor to the DA University and also a consultant ophthalmologist in the very premier institute of University College of London. But his true identity, we all will agree, is that of a Sai Sevak. And he has eternally, at every step of his journey, he has lived this, that service to man is service to God. And with that, we very warmly welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Surendra Kumar Upadhyay. Let us welcome him here.
My humble salutation in the lotus feet of our beloved Lord Bhagwan Sri Sat Sai Baba, and loving Sai Ram and salutation to you all, because he is the dweller antar Hriday Nivasi of your hearts. So my humble salutation and loving Sai Ram to all of you. I do not know whether I am worthy of the things which Brother Padosh has said, because we must remember he gave us the opportunity, he gave us the strength, he gives us the means to do the things, and on the top of that, he does everything and give us the credit. That is our beloved Sai Mother is. So I don't think I am worthy of any of the things that I have done, because Swami's most wonderful thing is that you are not the doer. He is the doer. He just chooses us. We are so lucky to be chosen. Also, I'm extremely grateful to our beloved Sai Mother, who has given me this opportunity to be part of this satsang. You call retreat, I'll call it a satsang during his 100th birthday celebration with this distinguished devotees and audience who are present here, including Sri Naganandji and my dear brother Akshay, and most dear sister of my sister Geeta. So this is such a wonderful opportunity for me. And I'd also like to thank, actually, Swami has given these words to us, because I was in army, probably he realized, and he said that you work with the army, so I'll provide you the brigades. I didn't understand, and I realized. And so in the same terminology, I like to thank, in that order, first of all, our kitchen brigade, who has really nourishing us in so much that I have got energy to stand here day and night. Not only nourishing, they are really catering for even individuals, like a person like me, I can't eat spicy, so they've got a special plate for me. God bless them. And they are truly seeing the Swami in each, every one of us. There was an incident only yesterday. See, there is step. There is a gentleman who was a diabetic. He went there. They are still preparing. They have not offered the food to Swami, and he was hungry. And the dear sister says, don't worry, offering the God, who knows, Jane kis bhes mein Baba mil jaye Bhagwan re, you know why, what disguise Swami will come, and she offered the food to him. That is the step we are looking for. That is the step. Maybe Swami has come. I have so many incidents when Swami has tested us whether we really believe Manav Seva is Madhav Seva or not. Since that day, I have learned to salute every one of you. I do not know in which form he is sitting there, and later on I will get visions. You did not salute me, so that's why. Second thing, actually, our transport brigade. Without them, it had been impossible. They are taking the people to and fro, collecting us from the heavy rains from the airport. And then, most loving brigade is the linking brigade. Can you guess what is that linking brigade? These wonderful bhajan singers, they are linking us to our mother every single minute. So give them a big hand. Uplifting bhajan. You all have created a mini Prashanti here. This is what Swami says, that Prashanti is not there. Wherever you are, Prashanti is there. And now that cosmic, subtle form is with us. We have to create the temple, not only in our heart, for the community like this, so that people can join there. I also like to congratulate the Region 2 to selecting this wonderful, theme. You take one step and Swami will take 100 steps. I feel, sorry Swami to say, but we are keeping you very, very busy. Every day, every minute they are taking one step of doing seva and you are taking 100. 900 of you, Swami is taking 9,000 steps every minute for us. Can you imagine how much we are keeping our dear Lord busy? So thank you, Swami, and Swami deserves a big hand as well. So it comes to the first step. I was a very young medical student, and we heard there was a very severe famine and drought. That time, Swami has not shown me his divine form, so I did not know much about Swami. But suddenly that a deep thought came to me when my professor spoke to me that he is looking some young medical graduates and students to volunteer for this service. God only knows what came on me. I said, I will come. And I joined. I did not realize that this has changed my entire life. This was a famine of probably beyond belief. The drought, it has not rained for many years. We were taken by train and then by bus. And then after that, we were given the bicycles and a small little, the horse cart on which we loaded our medical equipments. And as we cycled, followed this horse cart with our things, what we saw, I could not believe. I come from a very, not a very rich village, but I have seen the poverty, but it was a very different scene. Not a single tree with a green leaf. The parched earth completely. There was absolutely, you can see that earth was scorchingly, hot. To even walk was a difficult thing. And what I saw there, the people digging the dry riverbed in vain to get some water. And the worst thing was that when there is a little moist sand comes, they put in the mouth to suck the water out. That was the state there. We cycled few miles, and then what we saw, the skeletons, human skeleton, you can't even think that we're human being. Miles long queue, standing in the queue to get their meal. And what was that meal? 4 ounces of corn, soybean and milk powder. CSM they call it. America those days, they used to give this to feed the pigs. This was donated to that country to feed the human beings. That was the state. 4 ounces is not enough even for a breakfast of a young boy. And these people are standing there, miles long queue, hardly any flesh onto their body. Many people are fainted. That's why our role was, we were giving a small little tent to stay there. Temperature was soaring to 45, 46. We realized those days we did not have the water bottles. We have to carry the water bottle literally actually into the tin that was carrying. That is how it is. And the tin gets hot. You can literally make a tea out of it. That was so hot that time. Few days gone, one of our professor was contacted by one of the villagers and said there is an emergency, come to the nearby village. We got into our cycle. He asked me to accompany him. There were 2 nurses, 1 doctor, and I was carrying the things. And when I reached that village, the things which I saw, could not believe my eyes. There is a lady just given the birth, and she was lying outside. The pain of the labor has made her unconscious. She has delivered the baby. And there was a hungry dog approaching that baby. Look at the timing of the Lord. though I did not have exposure to Swami's glory at that time, but that was the nick of the time. And my professor asked me to get the dog away. The dog was so furious because the dog was also hungry. Something could have happened if we did not reach at the nick of the time. Somehow we deterred the dog, and necessary was, just to cut the story short, necessary, whatever was to be done, and then we make the arrangement in that Tonga to send her to the nearby primary health center to look after this baby. And as I was studying, I saw that just near that hut on the left-hand side, there was a small bench, and there was a man sitting there. I went to him and asked him. He was wearing very robe-like thing and smiling in this tragedy. And I asked him, "Sir, you could have done something for that lady." And what he said has really changed the entire, psyche of my mind. He said, "You think you people have got a great job by saving this little child there? The husband of this lady has run away 3-4 days ago to nearby village where they are getting 8 ounces of the food. He's not going to come back. And now you have saved that child. Now when this lady comes in this famine and extreme drought, she has got extreme mouth to feed. Have you planned something? Have you planned to arrange some food, shelter for these people? Would you come back again? Or you will just go and forget and write down your experience for the newspaper?" There were no televisions those days. I was shocked to hear that. And that was the step where probably Swami has come in the form of that man, though I did not know of Swami, to change our entire thing. Then I realized when, after many years, I get another opportunity and took the step to do a medical camp in Prashanti Nilayam on Swami's 60th birthday, and had an opportunity to sit down in the lotus feet of the Lord to learn how to do the camp. Sometimes it is very good to be a very bad and weak student. Your teacher has to call you again and again to teach you. And when you do not learn, he will call you again. So I think I'm one of those dumb students that I was called so many times by Swami to sit in lotus feet to learn how to the medical camp. And the word which is said exactly echoed the one that man has said. Wherever you are doing the medical camp, keep in your mind, as the sister beautifully said, educare is the most important thing. You have to educate the people to have the sense of basic prevention is better than cure. First thing he said. Wherever you are doing the medical, make the provisions for the things. Number 2. And number 3, he said, make sure that you do follow up. And number 4, just inspire the community beforehand in order to provide the food for the people. Food and water, these are the 2 basic necessities of the people. This is, we call our Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. He is talking us the socio-economy of a medical camp, how you have to do. And he also said, whenever you are doing the medical camp, you make sure that you are not burdened to the host. So when we go to the medical camp, Swami has always said that don't stay in a very luxurious hotel. Stay near to the village. It will save you the petrol. It will save you the time and the energy. You will know the basic problem. Buy the things from the local people that will improve their economy. Do not take the medicines from America or England. You will have problem at the custom, and when you have problem at the custom, you pray, Swami, please help me. That will resolve the problem. Buy the things locally so they can have access to that medicine, and then also that will improve the economy. I can go on because there is a beautiful thing. In those days I have written in the Sanatan Sarthi, Bhagavan Uvach. So I don't want to go into, but I just want to tell you that is how I took one step, and Swami has taken 100 steps to teach us how to conduct a medical camp. And one thing which he has said, there is a difference in the medical camp which you do. Make sure whatever you do, care is there, but you add 2 more things to it. He said, respect and love. Everybody you see or anybody you see, they are somebody's mother and father. They are not just number 1, number 2, when you call, they come back. Number 34, and he walks to his room. Have that respect. And don't forget, you do exactly what you do for your mother and father. Then you won't do anything wrong. When you go to the remote part, make sure that you take the no compromise, the best instrument, because you taking the cream of the medical people. And make sure general volunteers are the root of success of the medical camp. You people sit in the room with a fan, or at least you got, these people are working in hot sun. I've seen our volunteers standing on the road in this cold weather directing us. A great job. We do not recognize the value of these general volunteers, what we do. In last 50 plus years, when I have done the medical camp, I realized they are the fundamental base. The love. And when I talk of the love, I'm reminded of one story, how Swami's factor of love comes into the play. Probably you all remember the Chief Justice Bhagwati. He was the chair of the Human Rights Commission and United Nations. He arranged a talk in Geneva, and he invited Professor Keith Critchlow. You all know, the architect. Swami changed his entire life. He was a doubting Thomas, did not believe Swami because he was a great Christian. But what happened in his life, he became a very good friend of mine. He was invited to speak, and then Professor Ornott, probably you all have heard that story, the, I think, biggest and quickest transformation, 3-second transformation of this egoistic doctor, actually, who had made queens and kings wait in his clinic for hours, and he wanted to go and see Swami. He was supposed to give his experience, and I was supposed to show the Swami's projects. And so it was a wonderful arrangement, and people have listened how the super specialty hospitals come. Then they heard about the transformation of this man, because Swami told to this Professor Norton, and he recognized when he achieved the Lifetime Achievement Award in San Diego. He got up and he said in front of the 1,000 cream of the ophthalmologists there, that you may call me, I'm one of the pioneer or the best surgeon or very good doctor and all those things. But when I met my God, who is walking on the 2 feet in those planet Earth and giving us the love, he has made me a better human being. He told me, you are a kind man, work for the mankind. And he has said the same thing in that conference also. And with those words, people realize that how Swami changes the life. And when my turn came, my job was very simple. I was not supposed to speak. I was just supposed to showing the Swami's work. The work which was done in the Africa including the SciNet programs, malaria programs, feeding programs, and so many things which were going on. 2 questions came. They asked, first question, we also have got this program. We spend so much money. Problem is it goes to the, particular country, but it's a very difficult job. Despite of paying to so many people, it does not reach to the people who are really require this help. How it is possible? And I told them, we have got a wonderful volunteer force. They are ready and waiting for the opportunity to go and serve these people in the remotest part. And they take this item absolutely with a tremendous love. And when they serve them, they do not serve them, that is the person A or B. They think they're part of the Sai family. And they made a permanent connection. So that is one thing that our force, and you won't believe that Sai force is, if you take the sum total of all the volunteers working all over the world, from South America to Siberia, and from the Finland down to the South Africa, it will come, you can't count how many people are counting. Probably Naganandji probably put a research to find out how many volunteers are working and taking this Sai love, we call it, to these people who are in need. Their programs in United Nations and WHOs are still on the filing stack, and the Swami is delivering. Only thing, there is no publicity of our program. Probably one day it all come, and we will find out the amount of work the Sai organization has done. I don't think any organization in the world is done that one. And the prime example is Swami's water project. Can you think about any spiritual organization, including the Vatican or any church, have ever taken that such a great challenge when the World Bank refused for some reason to take that, making the dam in Rayalaseema district. And when the people came to Swami, and Swami accepted, you take one step, I'll take the 100 step to make that project. And the United Nations people in Geneva told me, no spiritual organization ever that project what Sai Baba has taken, and they saluted him. This is what the commitment of our God has taken to give us the benefit. And I have done many medical camps in and around Prashanti. After the project, Swami's water project, because this is the first project in which water is treated at the source. So many of the people now, they are not having the same problem. You have seen the deformities which you get because of the fluoride. So look at the Swami's vision. And the second question which came, that one of the, gentlemen from the United Peacekeeping Forces got up and he asked me, we saw these wonderful slides. You people go to Africa, these war-torn countries, Bosnia, Croatia, Chechnya, and everywhere. Our people are, kidnapped. These people are, some of them are killed, our soldier. And how it is possible these people keep their guns and they are hugging you? How you get this love? That time, I could not find the answer. I prayed to the Swami. Prayer is the first step. I prayed to the Swami, and Tommy immediately took 100 steps. A peacekeeping soldier with his typical uniform, blueberry uniform and machine gun, walked to the same gentleman who asked me the question to give him a slip there. And there was my answer. I said, sir, you go with the gun, you are received with the gun. You go with the love, you are received with the love. That is what is our weapon. Our Swami has given us the greatest weapon, and that weapon is love. Transform that love into the action and let it flow from your heart. You will transform the life of the people. I have known this man looked at that one, and then he walked one step forward, and my driver walked 5 steps backward. Yes. And so why you worry when Swami is there? So he came and he looked, and he took his feather cap out, moved his head. My brother, Swami's hair, apricot hair, and his hair. First darshan of the Swami has made one positive reaction, that from that anger, he has got a smile. First step. So I said, yes, my God. You are also my God. Swami says, see me, and I did the namaskar. That made him very happy. So, Swami says, I am in everyone. So I said, there you are. So he said, okay, you can come, but no treatment. I said, no treatment. We went there. And, a typical small village with a drain and little cockroaches and little small puppies running here and there. You can see that, hygiene was not very good of the village. And they took us in front of a hut. And this boy was lying outside. And he said, there he is. There's nothing, he's gone. I said, Swami, you have sent us all the way here. How can we give this nature? And the mother was sitting by the body, I will call it a body, and tears in her eyes. What can you do? And there are a couple of people's where they're planning what to do next. So I had a lady doctor, Dr. Tang, I thought, just see in case there is some hope. Swami has sent, we know his drama many a times, we have seen this thing happen. So she went down, looked at the pulse. No. What can you do in the village even if he's not brain dead? Can you do the heart transplantation there? What a foolish idea. But I thought, let's see. So I knelt down and put my hand, because there is a little sack, sort of rolled down. You know that sack where we take the food and everything like so. It was rolled down and put under the neck. I put my hand and something sharp touched to my finger. The fear comes to your mind. Is it Scorpio? You are in a jungle in Africa. Suddenly I said, Swami. And I pulled my hand. And then I thought, nothing happened. So I lifted. And you won't believe what I saw. There is a Swami's small picture with Abhayasta. Why fear when I am here? In the African bushes, thousands of miles away, we took only one step and he has taken all the way from Prashanti Nilayam. I looked, still when I remember, I get these goose pimples. So I told Dr. Tang, don't worry, Swami will take care of. We should convince these people if we can do something about it. So I said, Swami has always told me, when you can't do anything, refer the patient to me. How do I refer the patient, Swami? Touch my vibhuti according to his karma, I will take the action. Just by touching the vibhuti, they say, Swami has taught me, refer the patient. When I get a patient who, I'm an ophthalmologist, suppose I get a kidney patient, you cannot put, I said, it is not a vibhuti. It is just a holy powder. He said, let me test it. I said, yes, sir, you test it. First he had a darshan, and now he is having test of the vibhuti. Total transformation. He said, you can do whatever you like. You can take him to the hospital. This thing is very sweet. Can I have another packet of it? Can you imagine? This drama is unfolding. And Brother Pradosh said that you do everything. I have done this and that and this thing. He has done everything there. He just wanted to give us the credit. Then Swami has got another big drama to show us. I did not send you. I have made another arrangement. When everything was getting a little bit in our favor, we wanted to pick this body from the floor, ground. There was only one plank, and that plank was in front of the chief's hut. That was his seat. We looked at him. He looked at me. I said, sir, please. He said, okay. Not only he asked because he's the chief, he himself helped us to bring that plank. And then we put the body there. And then a young lady walked out of the care unit and treated many meningitis patients. I have come to see my mother who is not very well. I have taken a special compassionate leave. And I am trained in this. Already created a person for us who can take care of that boy. So I said, sister, that is all right, but we have to do something about him. So she said, sir, he requires intravenous injection straight away. If you have got the equipments, there is an abundant primary health center because of the chief. He didn't want anything allopathic. We can take him there and I can start because there are some basic things still there. Because we have to resuscitate him. He responded. His pulses started coming right there. Then we made the arrangement. We sent him. Our responsibility was over. As we are leaving the village, he came and stood again. I said, my goodness, is acceptance. Wonderful. Did a medical camp for him. And what you want to do as well. But those things which is beyond their thing, try to accept this as well. We also believe in our God and take his vibhuti. But he has also created a general hospital. That time it was only general hospital. And he allows the patients to go there and he thinks they are also helping the people. So have this thing. This is what Swami want. Swami wanted to give the positive message. And he says, don't worry. Just you tell your authority. When they come and take anybody from here, they should come to me and ask first. That was his ego. That's the only thing. So you have to have a proper approach. And Swami says communication is the best thing to resolve the problem. And that is something very important. Resolve the problem. And that is something very important. So with Swami's grace, everything was happy. Everything is gone very well. Gone very well. Entire Ganavasi going with Sai Ram. If you go to the petrol station to get the diesel for your truck and this thing, people say Sai Ram. Cold. I stopped the bus, but why people ran? And what they said really was some profound statement. These people said, sir, we have not seen Swami. Your eyes have seen the Swami. We are seeing Swami. Can you imagine? That is why they run behind the bus till the bus disappears. That is what we try to see Swami in everyone. These are the people who have not seen Swami and following that Swami, that yes, we are seeing somebody who had to give some therapy every day for the next few days. And he was talking to the physiotherapist in the bus to explain to him what his condition. He says, I don't think there is a lot of hope, but it's... And he said, Sai Ram, got to the bus. Before the bus starts, this man, the bus. Right there. Swami's extended head through the vibhuti has worked. We think Swami through you. He worked this thing. That is where it is. But you have to have that conviction. You have to have that faith. Exactly it is. We don't do anything. He does everything for us. But most important thing, why? Many for us. But most important thing, why? Many people ask why everybody does not get this benefit. I've got a lot of faith, and they come to get cured. He said, that is not your problem. I know your medicine and my grace will work, and it will work. You call it miracle, but it's not a miracle. That is called timing, Lord's timing, and that will happen. You do not have to worry about this. These are the things have changed our entire, philosophy of treating people in the hospital or not. And one of the most important things which I have, gained out of this camp, the very young people, the teenager, 13 years, 14 years, these are the people, they were very teenagers. Not only that, they get inspired to become doctors or whatever they want to do in the life, or management or accounting, all those things. They make a connection to the people. And if I'm right, because whenever I talk, they talk about these people. So the Swami brings the people together to make a bigger Sai community. That you are not from that, and his words come true. The whole world is my mansion, and all the countries are my rooms. So he sent it to one room to another. And he is making that global Sai community. This is what Swami has done. When I talk about the Kazakhstan, I also remember one incident, probably he will also remember. Kazakhstan is a Muslim country, number one. Number two, when we went there, if I am right, it was Ramadan time there. Dana Gillespie was also with us. And when we got out of the plane, there was 12 small boys and girls, they were standing on the tarmac. And as we took first step out of the thing, they started singing Vedam. Vedam in Kazakhstan by the Muslim boys and girls during Ramadan time. So I thought they must have trained that at the airport. Swami said, love my uncertainty. They said they are a strike of Air India. Those days, there was no other like Jet Airlines. There were no other Spice Jet. There is only Air India flights. They said, this sector from Patna to Bangalore, there is nothing is flying. Because it used to go from Patna to Delhi, and that sector is closed. That is strike. You have to go by train. By train, from Patna, those days, those diesel engine, steam engine used to take almost 40 hours from Patna. Many of the people have their flights booked to go. So we started praying to the Swami. Whenever you pray, first step, pray, Swami will respond. The airport manager came to me. He said, sir, you people are very lucky. They are not carrying any passenger, but there is no harm in trying. So they came, they had some crew member, and the exact number, the seat available in that plane was the number of the people we were. It's not our destination, that is not in the program we were supposed to go. But he said there is a possibility that you may get a flight in the evening from the Calcutta to Bangalore or other places, but at least you will be out. We had that weapon in our hand of prayer. We said, Swami is sending us, there must be a reason. We came to Calcutta, and we were trying to find out, our team wanted to eat big team food and everything. And I was talking to the manager, what are the chances if there is a flight, our whole team will be able to go, because Swami always said, when you are in team, remain in the team. You cannot 10 people go first and 20 people go. Always travel by team. So we have to follow our Lord's instruction. While it was going, suddenly somebody called my name and he said, there is a sister of Missionaries of Charity, a nun was standing in the typical, white sari with blue. When the time is short, I can tell you the beautiful story of how this white sari and blue ribbon came into, because mother told me herself. So she came to me. He said, mother wants to see you. Mother wants to see you? I said, Mother Teresa. Yes. Want to see me? From childhood, I am hoping to get, her autograph, and there somebody is asking. I didn't even think, how would she know that I am in country? This flight was not scheduled to come. We are put and came there. Prayers. I thought there is a definite mistake. There must be another Dr. Upadhyay. Many international doctor comes. Why this tiny Dr. Upadhyay? But I didn't want to miss the opportunity. When I go, when she look at me, say, no, not this Dr. Upadhyay. But at least I can say, Mother, can you sign my autograph book? So I didn't want to say. I said, let us go in a false pretext that I am that same Dr. Upadhyay. So I came to mother's house, and there she was standing, the holy figure. She took my hand into the hand, and first thing she asked me, would you do a medical camp for me? Medical camp for you, Mom? I forgot that story that I was the same Dr. Upadhyay. I just knelt down and kissed her hand. I said, yes, Mother. Then I asked, Mother, how did you know that we are going to be in Calcutta? He said, just she pointed, that Mother Mary's picture holding Jesus. That Sister Shanti explained to me how it all came. That's a big story. I'll skip that one, or that will take time. So we had this wonderful opportunity of doing the medical camp with her. And there is a place in Titagarh where she has got a home for the lepers. And she treats those lepers as a supreme beings. She sit with them and eat with them. And many people talk that she convert the people and all those things. We were taken to the home, and she will always travel with you. So we went to the Titagarh, and these people, she will go and sit in their bed, hug them and ask, how are you? Many of the doctors, you will feel that when you see a leper who still got active leprosy going on, they don't feel like to touch them. So, and that was a food prayer. And that was a dilemma. People think that we have to eat the same food as well with them. On the board, there was a prayer written in 3 languages. And one was that Brahmarpanam prayer as well. Christian, many things that they do not. But she's also like all faiths among. Love is her biggest faith. And what I wanted to narrate here in brief, why Swami has sent me to Mother Teresa. We always, hear that wonderful quote, Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. He still realized this fellow has not learned yet. He is doing medical camps, but he's still lacking something. He wanted to show me something very different. Every morning, all these nuns, they go out actually onto the street, because, all these unwanted children from the prostitutes or broken homes, they are thrown. They collect the child and bring to a place which is called Shishu Bhavan, and they were given proper, everything possible, great love and care to these children. On such morning, there was somebody was crying, almost a very painful cry from a gutter. So these nuns could not do anything. They asked the dudwalas, milkman. They are called bhaiyas. So they helped them and brought that man. He was really stinking. God only knows how many days he was in the gutter. He was bitten by the rats, pus pouring. Even the insects, the larvae were in the wound. They brought him to the place which is called Home for the Dying and Destitute. This is like a hospice. Mother calls it Nirmal Hriday, the home of the extreme purity. Nirmal Hriday. There is no correct Oxford translation of Nirmal Hriday. Just to cut the story short, I wanted to finish because the time is short. The moment he was brought, the doctor started putting their gloves and the mask and everything. By that time, she was already cleaning bare hand with a small hand towel with the hot water and soaking with her sari. So one of the doctors asked, "Mother, what are you doing? Don't you think you may get the infection?" And she said, "If your child is bleeding, would you look for the gloves? Would you look for the mask? Here the God is bleeding. I got the opportunity to serve the God. For next 2 days, she served. There was no hope for that man because he was so badly infected, everything. She was holding his head, doing the prayer. After 2 days, he opened the eyes, looked at her, just a smile, and closed his eyes. And she told us, when he'll go up there, at least he will say, the society has treated him so badly, but at the last time, at least he left the world with a dignity because he received some love. That is what we have to give. I read somewhere that a smile is the signature of God on our faces. And the love is the grace manifested in the form of the love on the humanity. What we have just transformed that love into action called service. Service with love. That will bring the smile on the face of our dear Lord. And then he will give you that bliss called Anandam, if you really want to have. And that service does not have to be a medical camp. Even just if you are helping somebody, these young boys, they're transporting here and there. Yesterday, one of the boys, I said, "Let me touch your hand." He said, "Why you are touching your hand?" I said, "You have just received that great blessing from Swami and I want to share with you." This is what any small service God will recognize. And I want to add with a very small touching story which happened in Prashantilayam. One got small little thing, I'll finish with that. There was a patient of mine, actually Suchitra, and Shailesh also knows them very well. This person has lost with eye in childhood. He had only one eye, and he used to play beautiful flute. A very elderly man, very worried about his eye, always come to the hospital. He was going to Puttaparthi, and he had an opportunity, went to Puttaparthi. It was a festivity time, lot of people were there. One day he was walking, people will probably when after the Vedam, people will go for their breakfast, keep their sit, come running down, and then attend the bhajan and have Swami's darshan. So they were all walking. There was a man sitting in front of the South Indian canteen, where the end of the old accommodation office, there is a tree. He was sitting there and asking everyone, "Can you just get me coffee?" Everybody says, "Sir, have a token, we are late." Nobody stopped. This man walking slowly, old man, and same question to him as well. He said, sir, I'll give you a token. He said, I can't walk. This man said, so he said, okay.
आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपद्बान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश मातपिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयो नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयो नीवे जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शरण ॐ जय जगदीश हरे रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की। श्री सत्य साई शतवर्ष जन्मोत्सवम की।
Om Sri Sai Ram. Our next item is a panel discussion by our sisters who are Anandpur alumni, and that is going to happen in the dome. On the map it is said dome, or it's also called panel discussion location. This location will be used for the practices. So at 11:30 we have to be there. There are carts available who would like to use them. Some cars are also available, but it's a bit of a walk, but I think it's a good exercise in the morning in this little bit of a chilly weather. Sai Ram.